Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today we will do the ninth chapter of economics. The name of the chapter is Money Market and the Capital Market in India. It is the first part of the chapter. The name of the chapter is Money Market and Capital Market in India. It is the chapter number 9. Now let us start with the introduction part of the chapter. In introduction we can say that the finance is the backbone of an economy. Any economy like India, America, Germany, Japan needs in finance. Without finance none of the economy can survive. So finance is the backbone of the economy. Without finance no country, none of the country or none of the economy can survive. So we can say that the finance is the backbone of the economy. Now, what is the meaning of finance? Finance basically refers to management of money. What is finance? It is the management of money. Are you getting what is finance? It is the management of money. Now, finance includes, what does the finance includes? Money needed by the individuals. What does the finance include? It includes the money needed by the individual. What is individual? Individuals like you, me, and everyone. So finance includes the money needed by the individual business houses like Tata, Birla, Mahindra, everyone, that Reliance. So it is the money needed by the individual business houses and government for the various purposes. Thus finance is categorized as personal finance. In personal we all come, you, me, and everyone. Corporate finance means money needed by the business houses and the public, that is the money needed by the government. So I hope the introduction part is clear. That is, the finance is the backbone of the economy. Finance refers to the management of money. Finance includes, that is, the money needed by the individual business houses and the government for various purposes. Now when we look to this diagram indicates the Indian financial system. This diagram is showing the Indian financial system. Now there are the four parts in the Indian financial system. The first one is financial institutions, various financial institutions, financial markets, financial instruments, and financial services. Now when we proceed with the chapter, we will deal with all these four parts of the Indian financial system, that is the financial institution, financial markets, financial instrument, and financial services. This chapter basically deals with all these four parts of the Indian financial system. Now let us start with the meaning of financial market. What is the meaning of financial market? Financial market is nothing but where there is a buying and selling of financial assets. So what is financial market? Market, you know the market where there is a buying and selling of goods. It is a normal market. So what is financial market? Financial market is nothing where there is a sale and purchase of financial assets. What is financial market? Where there is a sale and purchase of financial assets. What are assets? Like bonds, stocks, derivatives, government securities, foreign currencies, etc. is undertaken. So in financial market there is a buying and selling of financial assets. It is different from our normal market. Financial market basically deals where there is a buying and selling of financial assets. What are the various types of financial assets? Bonds, stocks, derivatives, government securities, foreign currencies. All these are undertaken. Financial market operates. Now from where all this buying and selling of the financial assets takes place? It takes place through banks, through non-banking financial institutions, through brokers, through mutual fund, through discount houses. So what is financial market? Financial market is nothing but where there is a buying and selling of financial assets like bonds, stocks, derivatives, government securities, foreign currencies, etc. Financial market operates through bank. All this buying and selling of financial assets takes through banks, non-banking financial institutions, brokers, mutual fund, discount houses, etc. So financial markets is basically or broadly divided into two parts: money market and the capital market. This diagram indicates that the financial market is divided into two parts. The first one is money market and the second one is the capital market. Now let us see what is the meaning of money market. Money market. What do we mean by money market? In normal market there is a buying and selling of goods. But what is the meaning of money market? Money market is the market where there is a lending and borrowing of short-term funds. What is money market? Where there is a borrowing of lending and borrowing, giving and the borrowing of the short-term funds. Short-term funds means the money which is given for the very short period of time. It may be the period may be for 1 year or less than 1 year. So money market is a market where there is a lending and borrowing of short-term fund. That is where there is a taking and borrowing of the short-term money. This short-term money may be for the period of 1 year or less than 1 year. This money market is also called as the near market. That is the short-term instrument. It is called the near money. Near money means money which can be taken for the very short period of time. That is the short-term instruments such as trade bills. It is in the form of the trade bills, government securities, promissory notes. Such instruments are highly liquid. So you can invest the money in the short-term instruments like trade bills, government security, promissory notes. These instruments are highly liquid. Highly liquid means at any period of time, whenever you need money, you can sell all these instruments like trade bills, government securities and promissory notes, and you can convert into the money. So it is a highly liquid money. Less risky. It is very less risky, easily marketable. So you can easily buy and sell this. So without or with maturity period of 1 year or less than 1 year. So I hope what is the meaning of money market? Is this clear? Money market is nothing but it is a place where there is a lending and borrowing of short-term funds. This market is for near money, means for short-term period. This money can be in the form of the trade bills, government security, promissory notes. It is a highly liquid and less risky form of money. This money can be easily marketable, means you can easily buy it or you can easily sell it to anyone. Here the maturity period for this type of money is 1 year or less than 1 year. Now let us look to the structure of money market in India. Structure means what is the structure? What is the design of money market in India? Basically, when we talk about the structure of money market in India, it is dichotomous in nature. Dichotomous means it is broadly divided into two parts. It comprises of both organized sector as well as the unorganized sector. When we look to the below chart, that is the chart given below, this chart explains both the part of the money market, that is the organized sector and unorganized sector. When we talk about the organized sector basically deals with the Reserve Bank RBI, commercial bank, cooperative bank, developmental financial institution, development and finance houses. So organized sector deals with Reserve Bank of India, commercial bank, cooperative bank, development financial institution, discount and finance houses. And unorganized sector deals with the indigenous bankers, money lenders, unregulated non-banking financial intermediaries. So when we proceed with the chapters, we will deal with each and every part, that is the organized sector, of the money market and unorganized sector of the money market. So you will understand what is the Reserve Bank of India, what is the meaning of commercial bank, what is cooperative bank, what is development financial institution, what is discount and finance house. So when we proceed with the chapter, we will deal with each and every part of the structure of the money market, that is organized sector and unorganized sector of the money market. See, now let us first start with the organized sector of the money market. As I have told you that as we are going to proceed with the chapter, we will deal with the organized sector of the money market and unorganized sector of the money market. Let us first start with the organized sector of the money market. When we talk about the organized sector of the money market basically consists of Reserve Bank of India. So what does the organized sector deals? It deals with the Reserve Bank of India, commercial banks of cooperative banks, regulated financial intermediaries, etc. Let us now discuss the organized sector of money market in India. Now, as we proceed further, next part is the organized sector of the money market in India. The first one which we are going to learn is about the Reserve Bank of India, RBI. Now let us see what is the meaning of Reserve Bank. What is Reserve Bank? Every country in the world, whether it is India, America, Germany, Japan, every country in the world has its own central bank, which is at the apex of the banking system. It is the head of all the banking system. So every country in the world has its own central bank, which is the apex of the, means it controls all the banking system in India. It is apex, financial institutions, means all, whether it is organized, unorganized, each and every financial institution in India is controlled by the Reserve Bank of India. So it is at the apex of all the banking system. So are you getting? Reserve Bank of India, every country has its own central bank. It is also called the Central Bank of India, which is at the apex, means the head of all the banking system of India. It is entrusted, means it has the responsibility of regulating the money market in India or the country. So what does RBI does? It regulates all the money market in India. It controls all the money market in India. Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of our country. Reserve Bank is also called the central bank of our country. Reserve Bank was set up on the basis of Hilton-Young Commission. So in 1934, the Hilton-Young Commission, according to the Hilton-Young Commission, the RBI Act means it was set up in 1934. That is the recommendation given by the Hilton-Young. RBI started, that is commenced its operation, started in the 1st April 1935. So when was the RBI established? It was established in the 1st April 1935. It was started as a private sector shareholder bank. So in 1935, 1st April 1935, RBI was established as a private sector shareholder bank. It was in 1st April 1935, it was established as a private shareholder bank. But RBI was nationalized on 1st January 1949. So it got nationalized, means Government of India took its control operations on the 1st April 1949. It is most important constituents of money market. It is very important constituents of money market. Without RBI, none of the money market can operate in the country. So I hope the Reserve Bank of India, that is the first organized sector of the money market, that is the Reserve Bank of India, is clear. What we have done, that Reserve Bank of India is also called the central bank. It is the apex banking system in the country. It controls all the money market in the country. It was established on the basis of recommendation given by the Hilton-Young Commission in 1934. It was for the first time established on the 1st April 1935 as a private shareholder bank, but it was nationalized on 1st January 1949. Without RBI, none of the money market can operate in the country. So this is the specialization of the or importance of Reserve Bank of India or the Central Bank of India in a country. So in this part we will learn about the what are the different definitions or the popular definitions about the central bank. First of all, first definition is given by the Dr. M.H. de Kock. What does M.H. de Kock says? The central bank is one which constitutes the apex of monetary and the banking structure of country. M.H. de Kock says the central bank. What is central bank? That is RBI, or the central bank is the apex, that is the head of all the monetary system in the country. It is head. It controls all the monetary or the banking structure in the country. So according to the definition given by the M.H. de Kock, that the central bank is one of the constitutes that apex, means it is head of all the monetary and banking system of the country. First definition. The second definition is given by W. Shaw. What does W. Shaw says? That according to him, central bank is a bank which controls the credit, means it controls all the giving and taking of all the financial system in our country, credits. So central bank is a bank which controls the credit. So I hope this part, the first part of the chapter is clear. In this, the first part we have done about the introduction part. Second, we have done the meaning of financial markets, meaning of money market in India. How does the structure of money market look in India? In that we have done the organized sector. In organized sector we have dealt with the first part, that is the Reserve Bank of India, that is central bank, and we have also looked about the definition of central bank given by M.H. de Kock and W.A. Shaw.